9 Worst Game of 2017. With 2017 in the books and a whole new year of gaming adventures lying ahead, now's a good time to look back at the games of 2017. In particular, we're going to take a look at the worst games of 2017, the ones that earned the lowest ratings from both professional critics and fans. This is by no means an exhaustive list of the worst games of 2017. 1. Hello Neighbor. Released for PC and Xbox One in December, the stealth survival horror video game Hello Neighbor was immediately panned by most critics and players. Publisher Tiny Build touts the game's unique artistic style and advanced AI, which comes into play as you try to infiltrate your neighbor's basement to uncover his horrible secrets. Apparently, the biggest secret is how horrible this highly anticipated game ended up being. As of this writing, it holds a Metacritic score of 40 out of a possible 100, while users gave it a 4.3 out of 10. 2. Inner Chains. Horror FPS Inner Chains came out exclusively for PC in May. This indie title was made by Telepathy and exists largely due to the support the studio received from fans in a Kickstarter campaign. The publishers describe Inner Chains as a game set in a surreal, dark and deadly biomechanical world never seen before, but critics and players alike weren't very impressed with this new world. Offering mainly style in lieu of substance, Inner Chains scored a 40 with critics and a 4.5 with players. 3. Husk. Released by Undead Scout for PC in February, Husk is a first-person perspective survival horror game, with obvious inspiration taken from Silent Hill and Alan Wake, framed by the real-life issue of domestic violence. This intriguing premise could have made for a great game if done well, but Husk ultimately failed to live up to its lofty aspirations. It scored a 44 with critics and a 4.1 with users on Metacritic. WCCFTECH's review called it a frighteningly broken game with broken combat and stealth systems that consistently undoes any sense of tension it tries so hard to build. 4. Road Rage. The motorcycle combat game Road Rage was released for PlayStation 4, PC, and Xbox One by Maximum Games in autumn. According to promos for the game, Road Rage is supposed to be an over-the-top, knockdown drag-out motorcycle combat game that tests your skill on a range of badass bikes. Unfortunately, it seems that instead of being badass, this game and its bikes was mostly just bad. And also S. 5. Randall. Released for PS4 and PC by indie studio We The Force, Randall is a Metroidvania-style side-scroller set in a dystopian world. The game boasts a unique art style and a telepathic and schizophrenic hero, Randall, Nutch, who's trying to take out the oppressive regime that rules the land. Unfortunately, this was less Randall and more. It holds a score of 38 with critics and 2.1 with players on Metacritic. The review on ZTGD said that Randall tried very hard to shine but ends up failing on all fronts, and that he was left feeling empty while playing the game.
But you have something that can't be stopped. And that's your mind.
6. Dying, Reborn. The 6-chapter horror-themed puzzle game Dying, Reborn debuted from Oasis Games for PS4, PS Vita, and Xbox One. According to the official PlayStation description of the game, Dying, Reborn is a twisted story offering classic puzzle-solving gameplay that will appeal especially to fans of the Saw movie franchise. Apparently, what they meant by the Saw reference is that most players would probably rather cut off a limb than finish playing this game. 7. 7. Dead Alliance. Released on August 29 for Xbox One, PS4, and PC, Maximum Games FPS zombie shooter Dead Alliance is set in a post-apocalyptic world where you use former military bases as refuges and can become allies with the undead in order to use them as weapons against your enemies. However, it seems that if you actually spend much time playing Dead Alliance, you'll probably be ready to just hug a zombie and infect yourself rather than keep going.
Every day, but the good news is they aren't getting any deader. Thankfully, it's a comfortable 78 degrees outside. Now,
8. Verdun. Set during World War I, Verdun is a squad-based multiplayer shooter released for Xbox One in March, a port of a 2015 PC game, which had been ported to the PS4 in 2016. According to developers M2H and Black Mill Games, Verdun's merciless trench warfare offers a unique battlefield experience, immersing you and your squad in intense battles of attack and defense. However, while the game's 2015 Steam release was generally well received, the Xbox One port hasn't performed very well at all. Critics gave it a 46, easily the worst score of all three versions, while players were a bit more forgiving with a rating of 6.0. 9. Raid: World War II. Released for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC in autumn from Starbreeze Studios and 505 Games, Raid: World War II is an action-packed four-player cooperative shooter set during a time when the Nazi war machine was still winning, and hope was in short supply. In the game, you team up with 3 other players to take down Hitler and his Third Reich once and for all. While this sounds like a pretty fun concept, Raid just couldn't execute when it comes to gameplay.